Need to get some energy because he still needs to knock out the opposing Noctowl in the back.
I don't know, maybe you go for a Peekaboo play, bring in the low Ninetales, and that's exactly what happens! Oh my god! Exactly what we predicted, boats go straight for it! Hey everyone, I'm back with another pro tip. This is pro tip number 4, and it is going to be featuring the Peekaboo play. The Peekaboo play is one of the most exciting things to see, especially in competition, because when executed correctly, it can flip the entire match upside down and give you the win condition you need. If you haven't seen my previous pro tip videos, feel free to check them out on my channel. I will also link all the previous tips down below in the description. So what exactly is a Peekaboo play? I believe this term was coined by my co-caster and friend Tuo Butters. This is not official terminology for the gameplay, but it is what is commonly known these days. It describes a situation where you bring your Pokemon in briefly to show your opponent what you have, and then you quickly swap to a Pokemon in the back to catch a resistant move or all the energy that your opponent had stored. One of the earliest, if not the earliest, footage of a Peekaboo play actually occurred in 2019 in the summer at the Sylph European World Championships in Germany. If you haven't seen this before or you don't remember this moment, take a look.
But he's gonna come Altaria, try to bait the charge move here.
He's gotta. Oh my god! If he doesn't. Oh, what a shot!
Wow!
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 Absolutely incredible!
Wow!
Absolutely incredible! Oh my god!
Double!
That's game. That's GG.
That's GG's.
That's GG.
For a lot of trainers, that's the first time they've ever seen a Peekaboo play, so ever since then, a lot of people have been utilizing it from time to time. A Peekaboo play was actually executed by Bird Power in the recent Vancouver Regionals. Obviously, the gameplay is smoother than it was in 2019, so it looks a little different, but the premise is still the same.
And this Shadow Alone Ninetales is preparing itself to sweep this back line.
And it seems like Diggersby is probably going to come in to... Oh no, the
Peekaboo!
The perfect Peekaboo into the Shadow Ball! This is double resisted by the Diggersby!
Oh my gosh, this has got to be feeling good if you are Bird Power there doing the Peekaboo play.
For that clip in particular, I think Bird Power was very far ahead at that point, so it wasn't particularly a necessary Peekaboo play. It was more probably of a flex, but she went for the flex play, and it definitely made for some entertaining content. I do have footage of Peekaboo play from my own battles as well, so I'm going to show you what it looks like if you're executing yourself versus when an opponent uses it against you. Before we get into the battles, a big shout out and thank you to all my patrons who've been supporting my content creation. If you would also like to have early access to my strategies and lineups, or see behind the scenes footage of my battles, feel free to sign up in the Patreon link down below. In this first clip here, it's going to be myself executing the Peekaboo play. So as you can see here, this is just a GBL Ultra League matchup, and we are going to just speed it up a little bit until we get to the Peekaboo play. Of course, you know, this is just a mirror matchup here, nothing too wild. But essentially for the Peekaboo play, most people do throw at least one fast move before executing it, but there are some exceptions to that. So I'll talk more about that in a little bit. So a great catch from my opponent here. That's obviously not a Peekaboo, that's just, they call it the move. And they are going to lick me all the way down. And I'm thinking, all right, Lickitung has likely Earthquake and Body Slam here. There's a chance they have Shadow Ball. But I am going to assume that maybe they have Earthquake. So I'm going to come in here, throw one Hex, this is regular speed, and then swap to my Charizard. And it almost looked like it's not a true Peekaboo play. I think they threw at least like 1 or 2 licks afterward. At least 1 lick, but they probably already had their finger hovering over the Earthquake at that point. So able to draw all that energy there, and then also able to take out the Lickitung before any additional charge moves are thrown. Obviously, we're still in a tough position here, but they are forced to come in with the Glaring Weezing, so that's a pretty good spot for me. And then they are going to shield the move there. I'm going to shield as well, just because I really want to try to get rid of this Weezing, especially because it has Brutal Swing, super effective against my Ghost type Jellicent here. I'm going to just double shield here, I think. I either get their shield, or we're able to do a lot of damage here. Main reason, I already have energy on my Jellicent, so if they do shield, I could combo play it, and actually it's a Shadow Snorlax in the back. So not great for my Jellicent, but I still am able to get off a Dragon Claw, and we get a shield off of it, and it allows me to get a second Dragon Claw here. That's actually really huge. And then we have the Surf ready, And again, if the Earthquake landed on my Jellicent, this would be a whole different story, but I still have all this energy saved, and because the Earthquake was not able to land on my Jellicent, I'm able to get off these moves and find the win condition here against this team. So obviously that is a situation where the Peekaboo play obviously came in handy, and I needed it to execute the win there. This is another GBL battle here, and this was actually in a recent YouTube video from a few weeks ago. So if you've seen all my videos, then you've seen this battle play out before. But this is a situation where my opponent is executing a Peekaboo play against me. And again, it's going to show you kind of what it looks like from the other side of things. I am going to swap to my Galarian Weezing here and draw some of this energy. Obviously, this is not the Peekaboo play, but I am going to go for aggressive Fairy Wind down here. And this will give me a ton of energy. Obviously, I don't know what they have in the back. They come in Giratina, so I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to throw the Play Rough, and then you see exactly what it looks like. They come in quickly, and you see the Giratina go straight back into the Pokeball, and out comes a Berserker. So, not a great situation for me, but this is obviously one-time speed here, and then now we're going to speed it back up. So, drawing a lot of that energy, which is huge, because otherwise they would have to burn a shield on the Giratina or the Berserker here. And I'm going to shield this because I have the Steelix in the back, so I'm in a very good position here. Obviously, my opponent doesn't know that. So, unfortunately for this situation, the Peekaboo play didn't actually change the outcome of the battle here. But for the purposes of showing what a Peekaboo looks like, it was still a great play from my opponent. It just, unfortunately, the backline team composition was not in their favor. However, if, I don't know, let's say I had something else much weaker to Giratina in the back, like an Excadrill, or maybe like a Melmetal, this could have been a whole different situation. So they are running that Shadow Force too, so it would do quite a bit of damage, but just not enough to take out Steelix. So a real question is, do you throw any fast moves when you come in Peekaboo or not? In the Bird Power example, she actually did not choose to throw a fast move, but it's okay because she's using a 2-turn Powder Snow versus a 2-turn Wing Attack. So she just waits the 2 turns for the Wing Attack to complete, and then she swaps to her Diggersby there. If you're going into longer term duration Pokemon, you want to make sure that the math adds up. So if you're facing a Talonflame and they throw a 5-turn Incinerate before throwing their charge move, if you throw only one fast move from a 2-turn Pokemon and swap out, by the time you swap there, they're still in the middle of their fast move animation, so they can't possibly throw the charge move in that scenario. Because of that, you can't possibly execute a Peekaboo play unless they just really mess up and click the wrong move, because they have plenty of time to react to it. What you have to do is time your switch in on when they are actually throwing the move. I'm going to show an example of this where Bodes from the Oceania International Championship makes the correct play by timing the switch right when the charge move is being thrown.
Yeah, the problem is there's no Protect Shields left for Bodes. You have a Shadow Alolan Ninetales. You want no part of any charge moves as a Shadow Alolan Ninetales, but as this bubble down is happening, it's going to be able to knock out the meta chain here. Do you soak the damage on knocked out, or do you go straight in on that Shadow Alolan Ninetales? You need to get some energy because you still need to knock out the opposing knocked out on the back.
I don't know, maybe you go for a Peekaboo play, bring in the Alolan Ninetales, and
There
that's
it is,
exactly
the
what
Peekaboo!
happens! Oh my god! Exactly what we predicted. Bodes goes straight for it. This might be the win condition Bodes needs.
Wow, that was a great call out by you, Caleb, and the perfect Peekaboo.
If you watch that clip closely, you'll see that Bodes' Alolan Ninetales throws one Powder Snow and then swaps. One Powder Snow is 2 turns, and then the swap is the 3rd turn. The charge move actually occurs 1 turn after the swap, but for most situations, reacting to that 1 turn difference is almost impossible to do, so that was still the right play by Bodes. If Bodes brought in the Alolan Ninetales for a split second for just 1 turn and then swapped, that would be a different story, because then the bubble animation wouldn't even be done yet, so the opponent would have additional turn to react to that play. Hopefully this video was helpful in understanding what the Peekaboo play is and how to execute it correctly. Even if you know all this info, it's not the easiest thing to pull off, but hopefully we'll see more Peekaboo attempts in the future, and especially during these big tournaments. Maybe one day you'll pull it off on the big stage, and hopefully I'll be there to commentate it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like and share, especially share it with those that are getting into PvP or still need some tips to help them along their journey. Subscribe for future content, hit that notification bell to get alerted right when I post a new video, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye.